Hello and welcome to the orientation pathway. I wanted to take a moment to really express what this pathway is because you can't always grasp that from a flyer. And so, honestly, in all of my times in practice and creation, I don't think I've ever been as excited as I am for this particular program. And the reason why is because I have a huge passion for self-healing and self-remembrance and self-recovery. And so much of my life has been dedicated to my healing journey, whether it's been through talk therapy or through different reflections or journaling prompts, or my Audible is completely filled with every best-selling self-help book. But the one thing that I started to realize on my own journey is that every time I used something outside of me, it created kind of a framework for me to have to shift the way I am to become more like what they were presenting. And what ended up continually happening is that it always left me feeling like maybe I was getting it wrong, or I wasn't quite understanding because it felt different in my own experience. And at the end of the day, left me feeling still quite inadequate, that these tools were helpful, but they still left me feeling like maybe I wasn't quite getting it because my experience was different than theirs. And this is one of the kind of innate tricky dynamics of healing and support, because both are necessary, right? It is necessary to be able to revisit and to be able to understand and to have tools and systems and ideas and frameworks to be able to help us to heal and improve. But also what tends to happen is that wherever that healing is coming through, it often is coming through that person's lens, whether it is a therapist or whether it is a book or a program or any of these beautiful tools. It usually is voiced through the lens of their experience. And the kind of the innate interference in that is that we are all unique and individual. And so no matter how wise or how beautiful the wisdom is coming at us, it is always going to feel a little bit different inside our own lens and our own experience. And so anytime we try to take someone else's lens and put it on ourselves, we're going to be left feeling like we didn't quite get it or we didn't quite measure up. And so through a lot of prayer and meditation, this pathway, this orientation pathway came through. And it was a tricky thing to name because how do you explain this? And it's really orienting back home to yourself and your own relationship with the divine in whatever form that looks like. And so what this pathway is it is, first of all, the majority of it is all online so that you can do it from the comfort of your own home and in your own way, because all of us have different schedules and we're busy and it's intense. And so being able to mold it into a way that works for you is kind of the first step in honoring yourself. And so then each week will be consist of kind of these basic aspects. There will be me there welcoming you to each week so that you have the safety of a familiar face every week. And then there will be a principle that we'll taught. And I will make another video to kind of expound on what these 7 principles are that will follow you throughout the pathway. And then there will be a practice that is explained. So whether it's meditation or sound bath or mindful stretching or qigong, because a lot of people, breath work, have an interest in kind of wanting to understand what these tools are that can help bring you in your body, but they feel a little afraid of them because they feel like they're either, connected to a religious belief system, or they don't really quite understand the purpose of it, and they feel nervous to go to somewhere that they don't know to kind of start to figure out what are these tools and how do they work and how can they bring me deeper into my own relationship with myself and my body and with the divine. And so in this pathway, we will actually have different practitioners spend a moment explaining what the practice actually is, and then taking you through about a 30-minute practice so that you can explore it from the comfort of your own home and start to explore, is this something that resonates with me or does it not? And that's the whole point, is not everything is going to connect with us, but this gives us an opportunity to safely feel into what things resonate and what doesn't. And then there will also be kind of a roundtable conversation that will be presented each week, where you will get to hear several of us as practitioners share our experience of what these different aspects of the journey have been like for us. Because for me, I think it's really important for everyone to hear that it's different for everyone. There is no right or wrong way to come home to your own self and to your own peace and to your own framework of spirituality. And that brings me to the next point, is that this is all designed from a very neutral space. So it is not designed towards any spiritual affiliation so that it can fit into whatever framework you're currently in. And so it is created so that it can feel safe no matter where you are, no matter what your belief system, that these are foundational aspects that can deepen whatever experience you're currently having. And then lastly, you will have reflection questions that will allow you to kind of deepen. And it's important to note that these are not assignments. So they don't have to, you don't even have to answer them, but they are there to allow you a framework to kind of build from. And maybe the question itself will spark a completely different train of thought. But the whole point is just to allow you space to kind of deepen your inner relationship. And then as you go through this process, you will have a practitioner assigned to you that will just kind of be there to check in, so that you feel if anything gets sticky, if you have questions, if you're feeling a little bit confronted by some of the things that are bubbling up inside you, that you always have a system of support. Because wanted to strike a good balance between you feeling like it's safe to just be exactly where you are in this process, but also feel connected to community. And within that, we actually will have 2 different integration opportunities each week. These are not mandatory, obviously, none of this is, but you can access online. We'll have a Zoom integration call where you can get on and just talk through and explore kind of the different experiences that everyone's having as they go through this. And then we have an in-person one that will be held at Wild Grace on Thursday evenings. And then as kind of a gift and inclusion in this, we also are going to be including the different anchor nights. We call them anchor nights at Wild Grace, that are Tuesday and Thursday evenings. So if you want to attend an in-person class, those will also be included in your pathway. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a clear idea of what this is really an opportunity to deepen your relationship with yourself in a way that really deeply honors and respects whatever is true for you, and allows you to explore some of these tools and ideas that could maybe help you in your journey of healing, but allow you the safety of being able to try them on in your own home. So I am really excited, really looking forward to joining you on this journey, and please reach out if you have any additional questions or concerns.